just about everything on both of these interfaces. It's just whatever you would prefer. So here at the bottom, you can see the main toolbar. You have the edit, the audio, text, overlay, effects. And if you scroll over, you will see all of your different options. And if you were to click into one of them, you will see other options pop up. So here I just clicked. Much longer than my video clip. So what I'm going to do is what I did before. I'm going to split my audio segment right here by clicking this split button. And then I'm going to delete the right hand side. So now my audio and my video clips align and they are the same length. So if I go back, I can play it. And they work together great. Now on the mobile phone, in order to import music, you would go to audio at the bottom. and then sounds. Now you can import any of these, the music that they give you here, or you can go to this file here and import your own from file. So if you have a song that's saved to your phone, you can click here and import it directly from your phone. Today I'm just going to import one of these that they have given us. So let's go to trending and just choose any of these. Again, you can listen to them to test it before you choose one, or you can just click the arrow here to import it into your project. I hit the plus button. That's how you would import it into your project. Again, it fell to the end of my project, so I want to highlight that clip and drag it with my finger all the way to the beginning of my project. Okay, now you can see that it aligns with the beginning of my video. Make sure it's all the way to the left, and it is. And then at the end, I'm going to clip my project again. I'm going to clip the audio by highlighting it and click split at the bottom. Now I'm going to delete that right-hand side by clicking the delete button. And another thing about the mobile phone is a lot of times CapCut will add a little end screen. You just have to click it and then click delete on it, and then you have a fresh project. You don't have that end screen showing up. Okay, so now my video and my audio are lined up on my phone. I'm going to hit play so you can see it. Look. Well, that looks a bit too much like Christmas, so I'm going to take it back to white. Okay, you can also do some preset styles to your text here. There's a lot of different things you can do here. So I just added this text, and now I'm going to play my project so you can see how it looks. Okay, let me show you how to do the same thing on our phone. Using my mobile device, I am going to add text by going to the home screen and clicking text at the bottom. And now you're going to click add text. Now I'm just going to say dance party and click the checkbox. Now you can see it dropped at the bottom of your video and your music. If you click on it, you can click style, and here's where you can customize how it looks. So obviously you can't see white on white, so I'm going to change it. I'm just going to choose one of these preset styles here, and then if you hover over the words itself in your project, you can drag it to wherever you want. You can use the little corner black circle to resize it, so you would just hold it and push it in a little bit to resize your font. And then there's other things like effects. You can click on effects to choose different types that they already have built out for you. You can do style, you can change the size here, all the colors, you can change the background, shadow, spacing. A lot of customization you can do from within here. And then if I click the checkbox again, I'm going to go back. And I can trim down my text to just pop up a little bit shorter. I don't need it that long. And then by highlighting the clip and dragging it, you can move it to wherever you would want it to pop up on your project. Okay, I'm going to hit play so you can see it in action. Alright, now back on my computer version of CapCut, I'm going to show you how to add a transition to your project. So since my project is just one long video clip and there aren't many different pieces, I'm just going to split it up into a couple different clips by clicking the split button. So right here, I'm going to click split. I'm going to add another one right here, and then another one. or the same speed, but the video itself will slow down. I can do the same thing and increase the speed. So let's make this super fast to 5x. Now you can see the clip shrunk here because it's so fast. Now let's see how that speed looks. So you can change the speed within different splits of your video to however you want it. Now on the mobile device, I can do the same thing by clicking on one of my first clip, and then at the bottom you see speed. Click speed, and you want to click the word normal. And now you have that same thing here where you can adjust the speed. For this, I'm just gonna make it 3.5 and click the check in the corner to apply it. And I'm gonna do the second one the same. Maybe I'll make the second one. Oops. One thing you can do is use your 2 fingers. If you want to see this a little bit better, you would use your 2 fingers to expand it, so you can kind of zoom in on this whole bottom section. So you can see how everything's getting bigger. So you can zoom in down here, so you can make sure you're clicking on the right thing. So I'm going to click on this second segment here and apply a different speed. So since the first one was fast, I'm going to make this one slower and then click the check. So now I have 2 different speeds in my project. I'm going to take it back to the beginning and see how it looks. All right, so the first one just zoomed by, it was so fast, and then the second one was a slower version of the dance party. Okay, back on my computer, I am going to show you now how to delete the background of a picture, which is super helpful if you want to make an overlay, or say I wanted to throw something up into this video up here. I wouldn't want the whole background so it would look like a square picture. You actually want to cut out the background to apply it into your video so it looks more seamless. So in this project, I'm going to go to the end here and I'm going to import a picture. So I'm going to click import. I'm just going to find any picture I have here. So this one here already has a solid background, so this is going to be a bit easier to do, but you can do this with a regular picture. But this one is showing with a green background. So I'm going to add it to my track, and it popped in here at the bottom. What I want to do is go to the cutout section and then just click auto cutout. And now you can see it's processing. And now the screen went black behind the dinosaur because it is now cut out. So if I were to drag it around on a regular screen, you'd see it would be on top and you wouldn't see that green background anymore. What I want to do is change this into an overlay so that it would go on top of my video. So all I do on the computer is highlight my clip, and I'm just going to drag it on top of my 4th video clip here. Okay, now my overlay is inside of my video and I can drag it around and resize it. I want my dinosaur to be right here. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Awesome. Let me show you how to do that on a phone. So let me bring in my phone here. I'm going to go on my phone. There's a quicker way to do this on the phone, where you could actually hit the plus button and do what we just did on the computer, where you hit the plus and it goes to the end of the project and then you create an overlay. Or you can just do an overlay right here, which would be the same thing where we're putting it inside of the video and not at the end. So I'm going to click overlay. Choose a video with a solid background. So it went to the bottom of my project, which is fine because it is an overlay, so it's sitting on top. But you can see that the white background is taking over the video, so I want to delete that background. With that overlay highlighted, and now at the bottom, I'm looking for cutout. Okay, you want to click on cutout, and you can click remove background, or you can do chroma key. Either one of these would work. Chroma key actually just looks for a specific color and deletes that. So I can move the cursor over to white, and I want anything white to be deleted. And then you would click intensity. How strong do you want this effect to apply? So let's see if this works. Yes, it did. So all I need is just a 1 intensity for my overlay to show up. I'm going to click check. And now it's applied to my project. And I'm going to take my new guy here and resize him and add him to the corner. Now he is joined the dance party. Okay, let's see how it looks. I'm going to take it back to the beginning and hit play. Now this project looks pretty cool, but how cool would it be if I could make the dinosaur move within my video? So by using keyframes, you can do this easily. At the beginning of your dinosaur entering the project, I'm just going to have my white cursor here line up, and I'm going to add a keyframe. So on a computer, you go to the basic tab here, and you'll see this little diamond here, which is a bit hard to find on the computer, but you would just click add keyframe to the beginning, and that's going to decide on your video where you want this photo animation to start. And then you'll see a tiny little diamond showed up on my project. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so you see my tiny little diamond, that's a keyframe. If I go to the middle of my project, say I want my dinosaur to go up here, I'm going to add another keyframe. I'm going to move him, and then I'm going to add a keyframe, and you'll see the diamond appear here. I actually want him to get a little bit bigger there too. So and all of that here. Now it shows